Chat, I am back from CEO 2026, and it is the first tournament that I've flown out to in the past year, actually. The last time I got on a plane for an event was EVO 2025. I did go to Texas Showdown earlier in the year, but that's, you know, it's more of a local event for me to drive over. If you weren't aware, you know, I used to be traveling pretty seriously to compete, especially in the Street Fighter V era. I would see some of these players every month or so, or sometimes multiple times in a month, traveling back-to-back CPT events, and it was like another day in the office. So I hadn't seen any of them in a year. People from all over the world. You know, I got to see Problem X for a little bit. I didn't get much time to catch up with Ending Walker. I saw Idom in person, of course. I got to see a lot of people internationally that I haven't seen in a long time. And more so than that, you know, CEO was actually my very first major in 2011. I think I went 1-2 in that tournament. So I'm from Florida. So I also saw, it was the Unction, man. I was seeing some people from my Miami days, my University of Florida days. I saw people that I went to college with. It was really like we were old as hell in this tournament, dude. I saw people I hadn't seen in 15 years, pretty much. So there was a lot of catching up going on. On top of that, I met a bunch of you guys. I wouldn't be surprised if someone watching this chat right now I might have taken a photo with or said what's up to. I talked to a lot of you guys. It's pretty cool. So that was a lot of fun. For the event itself, I enjoyed it. I got in on Thursday. Had dinner with Idom, Master Mike, some of the New York crew, and played some casuals, got some Avatar in. And then the next day, it was Friday, there was pools. I think there was also the Avatar Rumble you guys were talking about. That was one of the cool events where they had the King of the Hill Solid tournament. And 1999 Honda Civic showing up there, man. In disguise, if you haven't been familiar with 1999 Honda Civic terrorizing everybody with his Sokka. That was sick to see that he actually still came out protecting the identity. I like it. I enjoy the fact that he can actually come through and do these crazy combos and all that. And he did it all anonymously. And even on the jacket, man, you can see there's Doza looking crazy, by the way. That is YouTube thumbnail for life. Like, if I'm Doza, I'm getting this the most HD possible screenshot of this, and I'm using this for like every thumbnail. For like, launch your YouTube channel, man. Content creation career. This could feed families right here. But there's Honda Civic in the jacket, the sunglasses, the mask, and has the 1999 Honda Civic actually printed onto the jacket. So I thought that was dope. I love the secrecy of it. I heard some rumors about who we might potentially be or like what region it's from, but I was like, keep it down. I want to believe, you know, I want the mystery to be kept alive. The tweets were going a little viral. 20K on this one. I mean, and again, they had him going up against Sonic Fox. Wild. And unlike regular Korra, she can do the air pickup, side swap, boom loops, pulling around. I don't know what's going on, man. And that's all this setup too, to put the boomerang behind him so he can pull it in. Air to air. Almost got the double jump air to air pickup. Movement on that. Pick up out of the air. Doesn't get the boomerang loop, but notice how on every interaction, like, he sets up the boomerang to be behind them. It's so gnarly, man. So even here, if you guys don't know what's going on with Sokka, I'll explain it. You all should know by now. You should be put on game already, right? So here, now that he has the boomerang behind sandwiching Sonic Fox, he pulls the boomerang in, goes in with the quarter circle back A, and that's if Sonic Fox jumped, that would anti-air give a combo. This is unsafe on block, but because he pulled the boomerang back in, it's going to allow him to cancel that and be plus. So it's both an anti-air, don't fucking move, big ass hitbox, and oh, by the way, it's plus now. Instead of being punishable on block, as the boomerang canceled. And then he's going to get the combo conversion from that, the light, the A, B, run cancel, and to the A, back B. Now it's going to be the boomerang loopage here, right? So he's going to do, I believe this is the charged boomerang at this point. Maybe a regular one. Run under, A, back B, pull in the boomerang, meet in the air, pull in the boomerang, charge boomerang, more hits on that, to the ground, that's a C, quarter circle back A, I believe, and then he's gonna run past right here. Now you're sandwiched between the boomerang, run away, build some space, pull that boomerang back in. That has an active hitbox that it could actually hit on the way in, and then instead of getting hit by that, Sonic Fox jumps out of the way, but when you're in the air, you can't block, So he can do that, and he already had the boomerang make contact, and I told you can delay when the cancel happens. So that's why you see here, run, back, pull it in, run in, quarter circle back A, hold the button until it actually makes contact, and then release for the cancel and get a combo follow-up. But slightly weird angle on that one, didn't work out. But you get the idea, right? These interactions just happen that fast. Just like super sick, dynamic movement and everything. So it was cool to see Honda Civic do some work. I'm going to be trying to steal some of this tech. Sonic Fox did actually beat him in the Rumble, but because Honda Civic bodied everybody 10-0 before he got knocked off King of the Hill style and Sonic Fox cleaned up the rest, they made them play it in the end. I was going to enter this, but I was playing pools at that time. They were trying to get me into the Royal Rumble, but I had pools literally at that time. I had pools all day on Friday. So I was not able to play and get cooked on stream. So yeah, my pools for CEO were Street Fighter 6 at 2, Avatar at 4, and Marvel Tokon at 6. This is the first time I was ever doing triple duty on the actual pools. It was a lot. It was a lot. The thing is, for Street Fighter, I have not been playing Street Fighter at all, because I was learning Avatar and Tokon going into this tournament. And so the day of, I booted up Street Fighter 6 on hotel Wi-Fi, and I played Alex on hotel Wi-Fi. And I guess it was karma because I got like 3 sets in with my MR reset 1600 MR Alex, and they were all against other Wi-Fi Alex players. So that was fun. But man, I got cooked in Street Fighter pools. I got cooked. I realized, man, I have no muscle memory because I haven't played Alex at all for months. I haven't played Alex because I swapped to Ingrid, then I swapped to Yasmin, then I played the new games. So I, for one, had no Alex muscle memory, so I for sure dropped my combos, forgetting my combo routes. And 2, them throw loops. I got throw looped in the corner like crazy. Oh my god, I was like, wait, when can I roll out of the corner? When can I roll out of the corner out of this situation, reset to neutral? That was not happening. But shout outs to the people who I played and beat me. I definitely realized like I cannot just freestyle Street Fighter. I have to absolutely have like active muscle memory. And I think I played a little bit later. I played my friend Brandon later when he came through, and I think I remembered how to play at that point. But man, I did not have it in me to just boot up tournament day and be locked in to play well. My opponents played well though, GG's, but I drowned in pools for Street Fighter, which is the first time I've done that in forever. It's been a very long time since I've done that. But then I played Avatar. Avatar was fun, but I got hit with a little bit of a mix-up, I'm not gonna lie. My first round of Avatar was after I had a bye. And my first opponent, he had an opponent who was DQ'd for not being present for their match for 30 minutes after they were called in round 1. So, I play the match. It was a Korra player. I win, GG's, great games, and get ready to wait for my next round. Then I hear, surprise, surprise, the first round opponent that got DQ'd was actually there the entire time, but didn't respond when their name was called. And when it was brought to the attention of the bracket runners and the TOs, they decided to rerun round 1. If the original guy who was floated won, then I would not replay the match and would just proceed. However, it was a very close 2-1 for the guy who was DQ'd, a Kyoshi player. I then proceeded to have to play my round 1 again, and in the final round, final game, final pixel, I get hit by the full screen lava. Kyoshi hops in, bagoosh, lava splash, all the way to the upper tippity top pixel of the corner where I'm trying to flow away with Zahir to run the clock out, and I lose. So off to losers I go on a little bit of a time rewind, alternate reality type of shenanigan. So I don't know, that I was a little peeved about that, but at the end of the day, you know, I got to play more games. It'd be like that. Went through losers, won a few matches, and then I played a Korra player who was really good. The Korra player I played in losers, I went to hit them with Zahir one time, and the moment I did my string, they downflowed through my string and dodged everything. And I was like, oh, I don't even think I played this variation of Korra before. Turns out Korra can just low profile all the strings with her downflow and body the shit out of you. And I did not have the next layer available to use my like 2A and my low buttons to cook that and modify my strings at all. And so every time I got momentum, they immediately dodged everything and killed me. And then they had really good offense as well. They played great. So I was like, oh, okay. Like, I just didn't know. I was like, yeah, you got me. This is like the early game shenanigans. Like, I just don't know how that works. We should play. We should have played. I should have played Idom too. Idom plays Korra. I told this to Idom. He's like, oh yeah, of course, everyone knows that. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know that. But I played Master Mike's Kyoshi. I didn't play Idom's Korra. We went to the venue. He dipped to play Marvel or some shit. So I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't ready for the next level. So got outplayed there. That's the early game shenanigans. You know, I don't have the matchup knowledge or nothing. Got. It was good games, all good. Then I played, at the very end of that, I played Tokon. And it was non-stop. Street Fighter into Avatar into Tokon. No time to warm up really for anything. So I'm just showing up. Fuck it, let's go. Let's play some more video games. Good game so far. And then they tell me they're gonna do my first game on stream. They say, Brian, if you're on stream, I'm like, oh my God, this is the game I know the least, dude. Not even Avatar, we're putting me on for Tokon. You're trying to embarrass me here. And they're like, no, you're good. It's all good, man. Go play on stream. I'm like, all right, if you insist putting me on stream, I do not know how to play. It's fine. We'll go. So I go down, boot up, play my game, and, I select my team. And then I see after the match, I see this. I see at the end of the day, I see this. Brian F on the most back of my day team I've ever seen. 10,000 fucking likes roasting me for play. I told you, they're just trying to put me on stream to embarrass me, dude. They said, nah, it's good, man. You're good. Don't worry about it. 10,000 people are laughing at me. What's wrong with a little bit of Wolvie, Cap, Hulk, Magneto? What's wrong, man? My strategy was for sure pick the easiest team possible. That was the goal. And you know my secret? My dark secret? I don't even know how to play this team. In round 2, I accidentally tagged in Magneto, and I lost that round. In my second match, I accidentally bumped the tag button when Magneto was out there because I called too many assists, and he came in and I was like, oh my God, get this guy the fuck out of here. I lost immediately. I do not know how to play Magneto. However, the day before I flew out to CEO, I did learn like a flow chart with Marvel Tokon. Like I had a flow where I was able to like sequence between Wolvie, Cap, Hulk, and do block strings and active tag mix, and by mix I mean airtight block string into actual block string instant air jump high or instant air dash low, which is very much not a mix. You can fuzzy block the shit out of that. So I at least got that. It was still ugly. I did still win though. Still won though. You know, you might be making fun of the Unk team. We got the job done. Still won that first match, but it was ugly. And you know what I saw? They made this the first fucking match of the YouTube video. It opens with me there like, man, and my guy here, we had no idea what to do. I asked this guy, I was like, hey, how do we pick stages? And he's like, I don't know. And we asked the streamers, how do we pick stages? And they're like, we don't know. No one's asked that. I was like, I've never played this game offline before. I don't know what to do. Why are you putting me on this stream? They told us it was random select for the first game, and then the loser could select counterpick after that. Okay, look, block string. Oh, active tag. Ooh, hold up on the first one. Into the world's shittiest combo. And I'm like, I can just throw shield with Cap. Oh, down assist pickup. But then assemble gauge, where? Actually, could I even do assemble gauge? I don't know. I called both my assists. Could the assemble gauge even pick up here? Hold on. You see the flow chart, right? Block string. Down, instant air dash low. Okay, you see, right? That's all I got. That's all I have. That's literally all I got. Oh shit, was it a 69 every time? I didn't even know. Did I feel any input lag on PS5? No, because I'm not good enough to notice it.
Yeah, a lot left to be desired there. And Brian getting another.
I feel like my assist calls aren't terrible in Nooch.
Full follow-up.
Hold on, a combo?
The thing is, look at the routing choices.
Yeah, see, I see what I'm saying? Like, it's almost there. I almost have something.
EX.
But here I back up.
To ensure
combo reset off the overhead.
Combo limit intact. That was a great overhead reset, and that's Brian getting game number 1.
So here I'm asking Kebby here. I'm like, do you want to change the stage? And I'm so nervous about my buttons resetting. Speaking of, did you guys know for Avatar Legends, if you're setting buttons, this is something else I learned. If you set your buttons first, and then player 2 comes in to set their buttons after, or the second player, doesn't matter if they're player 1, but the second player goes after you saved your buttons and hits restore buttons to default before setting their controls, it resets to default for both players. I was so confused for the first day and a half about what was going on, because even during one of my Avatar matches, the match starts, and then I'm like, oh no, something's wrong. And then the guy next to me goes, hey bro, sorry, my buttons are wrong. And I'm like, thank God mine are too. And we reset. So yeah, there was a lot of weird stuff with that. So doing the button settings for Tokon made me so nervous.
Like that's what you're thinking about.
Oh,
it's just RPS. With
that was a pretty good convert. Never mind.
Brian's just trying to show off all the characters he can. Uh-oh, here he comes. Oh my God, assemble.
I do not think I meant to do assemble. If I had to guess, what happened here, I try to do a Street Fighter throw. In Avatar and Street Fighter, it's the same input for me. In Tokon, it's medium heavy. I definitely went for a Street Fighter style tick throw right there.
As well use it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, where you going, Brian?
Good block on the overhead, but just reset low.
What we got going on here, Kevin?
Just a run forward jab.
Look at this shit combo.
So,
oh my God, it's so ugly.
Laser has been established to throw.
I throw between the laser and I back throw him out of the corner and I dash up DP on accident.
It doesn't matter. It was a dub. At the end of the day, he knows. He's laughing. He's like, damn, what the hell?
I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I think I tried to dash up Fireball. I think that was a classic. I tried to dash up Fireball right there. That was terrible. What up, Dart Space? Thanks for making my first CEO even more memorable. It was a pleasure meeting you and Mr. Madgear. Loved being a part of the crowd, watching all the matches. For sure, man. It was chill. It was good meeting a bunch of people. I shook a lot of hands. I did a lot of talking. It was cool, though. Let me get your guys' opinion, though, on something. I met a lot of people, and we had a lot of great conversations. I took a lot of photos. It was cool. It was chill. Let me get your opinion on this. There was one guy I met. It was on the finals day. My homie Brandon came by to visit. We're catching up. I had a few beers. We're swinging by the bar to grab a beer to head back to the venue. And a guy at the bar, he goes, hey, whoa, hold on. I know you. And he stops to talk to us for a second. And he's like, oh, sorry, your name's slipping my mind. And, I'm being a little, I had a few beers. I'm being a little tongue-in-cheek. I'm like, oh, yeah, don't worry. The name's Sage Jam. I got you. And he goes, who's that? Sage Jam, huh? And at that point, I was like, huh? Wait a minute. This is not the flowchart. I thought it was going to be, you know what I mean? I thought it was going to be, Sage Jam, like either immediately buying it or being like, you're not Sage Jam. But he was like, what? And then I'm like, oh, no, I'm messing with you, man. I'm Diaphone. He's like, Diaphone? What? And I'm like, none of this is like triggering the options in the dialogue tree that I'm expecting. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of like just trying to joke around with him. Because he's like, no. You're that guy. You do something. I was like, wait, do you not know who I am at all? Like, you stopped me to talk to me. Suddenly, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, yeah, I do stuff. Like, you might know who I am. I don't know. And then he's like, I can't remember. Anyways, can I get a picture? And I was like, I took a million, you gotta understand, I took so many photos. It was great. Had lots of great conversations with people. It was super cool talking to everyone and meeting everyone. However, that one, I was like, wait a minute. You don't know who I am. You have no idea who I am. Why do you want a photo? Is that not a little like, oh, you're that guy? He's like, oh, yeah, but then I can show my friends I got a photo. And I was like, with who? He's like, yeah, I can show my friends I got a photo with the guy. And I was like, what are you going to tell your friends? I got a photo with a person. I don't know who this is. I was like, I started to like, for a second, I was just trying to, be a little funny with him, have a moment. And then at the end, I was like, wait a minute. I mean nothing to you. Why do you care? Hey, here's a random guy I don't know. I was like, wait a minute. So and then I thought about it after. I was like, man, did I go too hard? Was that a bad interaction? I was kind of teasing him a little. But then at the end, I was like, I did it for a second. I felt a little bit I felt a little bit like I was a character at Disney World. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, you're collecting like all the characters' autographs. Like, oh, I don't remember this movie, but I'll get a picture with them. You know what I'm saying? There was a moment I was like, oh, okay. I felt a little bit like not human in that moment. You know, the rest of the time people were like, oh, you know, what's up? We played in ranked or whatever. What's up? Good to see you. We played in this tournament forever ago. What's up? I watched your videos to help me with this. You know, there's connections, and it was cool. I had connection with everybody else, which was awesome. But that I was like a little bit like, hey, wait a minute, man. You're collecting me like a Pokemon right now. So I don't know. I still took the photo. I got him. But then I wondered after. I was like, was that rude or like big-headed, or I don't know, was that like a not good thing to do? Because I thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny. He's like, I don't know who you are, but I want a photo. I was like, why? I mean nothing to you. You get what I'm saying, chat? There was a minimum number of mix-ups. I don't think I got confused for Sagem or Diaphone a single time, which is very different. The last combo breaker I was at, oh my god, I got confused I got called Diaphone and Sagem like at least 20 times. Legitimately. Evo as well. It made me think the CEO audience was a little more hardcore. Those events, holy shit. I got earnestly called Sagem and Diaphone at least 20 times. But yeah, in the end, for my tournament though, carrying on here, I got cooked in Street Fighter, cooked in Avatar, and Tokon, the game I put the least amount of time in, is the game I made it out in pools in. It's crazy. 10,000 hours in Street Fighter, 100 hours, probably more in Avatar. 20 hours in Tokon, which might be exaggerated, and then that's the game I make it out of pools in, which is really nuts. My last two matches for Marvel Tokon they're both 2-0, it says here, but you gotta understand, these were extremely close 2-0s. Like, I made down 0-2 round comebacks in every game, I think, for 4 games straight. It was actually crazy. I was like, holy shit, I am losing. I'm losing, I am losing, I'm losing, I won. For both these sets, I was down 2 rounds in every game before I won. Tokon Assemble buff, I guess? I don't even think I remember to do Tokon Assemble. I forget the input for that. This guy, King Doppio, he had a Loki. And his Loki was kind of nice. But I realized that that's all he had. Both these players, Toriko and King Doppio, were one character players, was the thing I noticed. King Doppio was a Loki player and Toriko was a Ghost Rider player. So I had the flexibility of having tag options. But Loki, he was hitting me with some like medium fireball resets to reset his pressure, some strings I didn't understand that he was like stealing turns with for a while. He was very solid. He seemed way, like his Loki was way better than all my characters combined. But like I had the team buff of like actually doing active tag stuff. And then Toriko was playing Ghost Rider. And he rolls up to the setup, and Toriko is rolling up like 3 men deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had his squad out there. They're all dressed, and he had the headband on. They all got like these pink button-up shirt jerseys, and he squatted up. And as we're button checking, you know, the hype men are already going, man. They're like, oh, let's fuck him up. You know, it's one of those. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, this is a 4v1 right now, and I'm not talking about Tokon. Like, he had the crew with them, and I was like, I know how this goes. Listen, I'm on my 15th game. This is my 15th best game in fighting games, and he's got a squad there, and he's going up against Brian F. The homie's gonna hype him up, even though I'm ass at this game, and I just gotta take it. You know what I mean? And he starts beating my ass, and I'm like, oh my god, they're going crazy behind me in the crowd. I'm like, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've been here. You know, but I know how it goes, man. I get it. I know the game. So they're going crazy behind me, and I'm going for like instant air dash pressure. I got a block string, and I'm going for instant air dash cross up H with Wolverine, and that move is kind of awkward. And I slightly misspace it or mistime it and fuck it up, and then he's mashing triangle. Like, I mess up my pressure, and he's mashing the auto combo, and it hits me. And they're all like, whoa, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, it's cool. You know, he got the hit, you know, but there's definitely a level of like spaghetti. I'm fucking up spaghetti. Toriko's a little spaghetti, but Toriko's getting the spaghetti over me, and they're going crazy. And I'm like, oh my god, okay, just don't. It's cool. He's getting his licks in. His offense was really good too once he got started. I'm like, all right, just keep it together. But man, I had to make some comebacks. Toriko was tightening up. His pressure was really good once he got the hits. He had Oki setups and stuff. I'm like, dude, I do not know what this character's doing. He's hit me with the Rekkas and the resets and everything. He has like really well-structured pressure. So if I fuck up my pressure and get mashed on, it's over. And I had to make a crazy comeback in both games, but I clutched it out. So that was cool. Round 2, though, I lost to a guy. He went on to beat, like, Chris G and, like, 30 other people. I didn't play a game. So I lost to Leffen earlier, by the way. I played Leffen in winners. I forgot to mention that. I got, like, one combo on him that I dropped. It was a one-player game. That guy Leffen went on to top 8, so you know what I'm saying. And then the guy who beat me in losers, round 2, right away, he went on to get, like, top 24 and beat, like, Chris G and a bunch of other people. He cooked everybody. So I got beat by some really godlike players. There was a clear, huge jump in level after that. So got cooked, but made it to round 2 of Tokon, which is funny. That's what happened with me and Marvel Tokon. Top 8 for Avatar was cool. People in the crowd shouting Pali. I was out there trying to support some of the Street Fighter homies. Just the Kid, Jack, Idom was playing, other people trying to watch the matches. Avatar was at the end of day 2, so I'm like looking over at all the Zahir action going on while I'm trying to pretend to watch Street Fighter 6. Yeah, Barbar was in there. I missed Barbar getting bodied, though. Missed that part, my bad. Oh, I got to meet Sushi, Pro Double Sushi. I played him in a set after the tournament. He was really cool. He beat me 39-3 after the event ended, but I got the last one. Nobody gets 40 on Brian F. Exactly. Except Zane did. I met Zane, and he was like, oh, when are we going to run another 1st to 50? If you don't remember, Zane beat me 50-1 during the first beta. So that was cool, too. But yeah, Sushi, I learned a lot playing him, actually. Learned a lot, because I got to sit down and talk about some of the mechanics and stuff. So it was a close 39-3. I definitely need to play more stronger players and talk to them and they know what they're doing. Tokon top 8. I didn't get to quite catch a lot of the Tokon top 8 because I was recovering from the night before. I stayed in my room. Oh yeah, I played K7 10-0 to me. God, like there's so much to learn. I think I have a lot. I picked up so much though from just watching. I feel like I osmosised a lot from this weekend. So I'm excited to play more. Cool top 8. What do you guys think about the Tokon top 8? I feel like I didn't notice that much hype around the top 8 itself. I missed the finals. I stayed in my room, slept in a little bit. Well, I didn't get that much sleep the whole weekend. I'm old and tired. Stayed up late, woke up early every day. I was, whoa, so I just kind of chilled. And I, you know, as much as I love talking to everybody, after being on your feet 12 hours a day and talking to people nonstop, it's cool to just stay in your room for a little while and eat DoorDash food, Uber Eats, and coffee, and just sit there in your ass for a little bit. So I watched a little bit of the Tokon top 8 on my laptop. It's pretty hype. I liked it. Yeah, I heard some mixed reviews about it. Spider-Man all over the place. And it's kind of hard when you're watching Sonic Fox do his Goblin mix. It doesn't look like anything. Tokon feels very fun to play, but I don't know if this... I feel like the crowd was more into the Avatar tournament. The Pali! That's an all-timer already.
Things that wake up Rose and happen.
I'm biased. I like Zahir. I feel like Zahir is fun to watch. I think Zahir is a satisfying character visually with the way he approaches and the schmovement and everything. So even though there's 2 Zahirs in top 8 and all that, I feel like people can vibe with it. But Tokon, yeah, I'm not sure. It seemed like mixed reviews, but I'm hoping people enjoyed it. I wasn't in the venue, so I couldn't absorb the energy. It's a lot of visual chaos for Tokon. I agree. Then on to Street Fighter 6, of course. Tokido took it. I had this stat point, Tokido. You know, he won for the Unks. 41 years old, won Street Fighter 6. He last won CEO in Street Fighter 5 in 2016, won Street Fighter 6 a decade later, and then in 2011, he won his first CEO for Marvel, not even UMVC 3, that was a mistake. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Super Street Fighter 4 in 2011, which is crazy because CEO 2011 was my first ever major. I was there, Tokido won that, so like the history is insane. The longevity is insane. And then I also, you know, got me down memory lane, shared this. This is 2017 CEO. That's Brandon, who came up also to CEO. We're hanging out with during the top 8. We had this room out there at the venue. This is at the Wyndham. And somehow I talked to Tokido briefly, and, you know, there wasn't many casual setups. And I mentioned that we had setups in the room. And he was like, hey, do you mind if I come by with like Daigo, Kazunoko, Fudo, whoever, Eita? And I was like, yeah, Get the fuck out. No, I was like, hell yes, come through. And we played a ton of casuals. Snap that selfie. Brandon's taking a nap back there. I also got this photo with Daigo, young Brian F. Back in the vegan days, my face was like tiny as fuck. Wake up from the nap in the room the legends are there. I think that's what happened. I think Brandon was napping and I came by with Tokido. I think that's exactly what happened. I was like, brother, we about to game. So that was a good time. He was super cool. He followed me on Twitter. I gave him the room number and all that. So Tokido is real as fuck. But also I saw that Tokido stopped by and got some Okazeme coffee. He was sipping on this before the top 8. My man showed up to the Okazeme coffee booth, grabbed that coffee. CEO Day 3, there here he is on the vlog. He's swinging by. He's like, oh, look at that, the coffee there. So I don't know, maybe he used the coupon code BrianF at checkout there to get 15% off. You can do the same at okazeme.coffee, the website, if you want to. If you didn't get the chance to get any at CEO, you know, use the coupon code. Yeah, it came through. Chris and Jackson running the booth. What a plug for them. They told me that Tokido came by and grabbed some coffee and was streaming, and I was like, dude, you guys need to leverage this immediately. Tokido bought your coffee and then won the tournament. Like, do you not see? Like, your gear should be turning. Your gear should be turning right now. So yeah, shout out to the Okazeme Coffee crew. I got to meet them as well. So I was like, guys, we got to get the photo op. I got to try now the Wake Up Super Blend. Grab one of those. Get the collab with Yipes. And I guess I'll mention, yeah, I did take the photo with Troy. Troy always shows up every major, and he makes me take the flex pick. It's his idea. But look at his trash talk shirt. He got this shirt and did the muscle tee cutout himself. But I don't even have this variation. The classic Brian F dark red color, which is like homage to the red from V-neck from back in the day. And then I love it with the big trash talk design. And then you know, he makes me do the flex shirt, the flex pick every day, every time. So I've seen him for like 4 years now. We've been doing this tradition. So everyone's hitting me with the sleeper build. It's just because I have really bad muscle insertions, guys. You can't tell. You can never tell. I literally have short bicep peaks because my tendons and the way my bicep inserts, my insertions are crazy. So if I wear a normal t-shirt, you will see nothing. Also, my right arm is like 25% smaller because I had a partial bicep tear years ago, and it just never activates. So you got my good side. Anyways, that's about it, right? That's CEO. It was a good time. Shout out to everyone I met. GG's, everybody. It was cool. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well.